The Saturday of a Formula E race is like a roller coaster for emotions, you know. It's the moment that we work for, and this is where it counts. This is where we make points for the championship. Formula E is really hard mentally and physically. Mentally because we get everything done in one day here. So normally in other race series we're used to spread all this mental stress over the course of 2-3 days, but here it's all in one day. Starts with a shakedown. We do 3 laps with each car just to check if everything is okay. So any updates we need to try, see if they're working, we do it then. So we got everyone involved, make sure everyone knows what's going on with both cars. We go to driver's briefing because we get to see each other for the first time. We have a lot of respect for each other, so it's cool to have a chat with these guys. There's a lot of media stuff going on. It's cool. We get asked about new bits to the track, new bits to the cars, updates, different driver lineups, drivers coming in, drivers going out. So it's always good to have an overview of what's going on. The most painful part comes when the alarm comes on the Saturday morning, because it's really early. I make sure I get a good warm-up. I skip the rope a little bit, get a little bit of a sweat going on before I have to drive the car very early in the morning. This is where the real work begins. We know it's on, yeah, when we jump in the car for free practice 1. So there's a lot of things as race drivers that we need to prepare ourselves for, but the team also needs a lot of data to be gathered for them to be their job and give us a good race car. We cross over all the information gathered and we make sure we put the best of what I found in the cars for free practice 2. And then free practice 2, we normally tend to focus a lot more for the drivers really to get in the zone, understand how late we can brake, how much speed we can carry through these corners, how much curb we can hit here and there to get ourselves ready for qualifying. We all get together before qualifying and we pick a number out of a black bag which we cannot see into it, and we select the group that will qualify. Normally the track evolution is pretty big because we race in the cities and it's very dirty in the morning, and then the track just keeps getting better. If you're in group 4, probably you get a bit of a cleaner racetrack, therefore a bit more grip. But it's also hard mentally because if you're in group 1, there's no reference, there's no benchmark. So you just got to go out there and drive your best lap possible. And then if you're in group 4, you don't need to maybe drive to the limit so much because you know this lap time will be enough to bring you into Super Pole. I think the most exciting moment of these 24 hours is really qualifying. It is a really hard mental challenge because qualifying, basically you drive out the pits, you have a warm-up lap, and then you have only 1 lap in your full power mode. So normally I tend to kind of like drive between 95 and 99% of my abilities, because if you make a mistake, that's it. You're gonna have to start at the back of the grid. After qualifying, it's important to have a good rest, and then between sessions we have an e-race here in the middle of the paddock where all the fans can come and watch, and we do like a simulator race. And that's really cool because all the fans are there and they're cheering for us. Formula E is really pushing boundaries on how we can get the fans closer to the race drivers, you know, and that gives us a lot of enjoyment as well. Before the race, all the drivers have the driver's parade, so we all jump into this electric track and we see all the fans around in all the grandstands. But then, as soon as this is over, we have like 2 minutes to jump in the car and drive the cars to the grid. And once we're here on the grid, there it's where you really feel the pressure. You know, you can feel the tension in everyone around you, your team, the other guys' teams, the other drivers. And this is where it counts. This is where we make points for the championship, is the race.